Well, hello everybody. Welcome from, my house. We're not usually here. But if you were with us for our live sale on Thursday, you will have seen that we did our live sale with our friend Misty from Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. And we also did our question and answer for resellers. Kind of for people who want to start reselling or people who need some tips about stuff. So we just kind of had like a chat, a question and answer chat from, somebody who's been pretty successful. We're going to do 4 of these total. So we did Misty. Also, if you were with us, you probably saw that we had some technical difficulties. So that's kind of why we had to attach it to the end. I thought we could just like separate that video out so that way you don't have to watch through the whole sale if you don't want to, if that's not your thing, and you can just watch this part. So I hope you enjoy. Feel free to ask any more questions you have, because again, we have 3 more heavy hitters, I suppose. So I hope you like it, and let us know what you think. Put your questions in the comments, okay? Okay, now next, what we're doing, my friends, is we are going to finally do our question and answers with Miss Misty.
We're going to interrogate
Miss Pate.
Mrs. Pate.
Oh, right, not Miss Pate.
No, she's not a miss. She's a Mrs.
I'm a Mrs.
Pate. Yes, she is. Don't you forget it.
22 years of wedded bliss.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
we will have another sale on Sunday. Don't worry.
Yep, there'll be more sale on Sunday. This was just a continuation from Monday, you guys. Our week got all screwed up because Oliver was sick, and
He was sick.
normally we would never do this on Thursday. Hopefully we haven't stepped on any toes. I think hopefully Patrick had people ahead of his sale. This was not intended to piss anyone off.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
it got later than what we originally planned.
Yeah, we had a little trouble with StreamYard, and oh boy. Yeah, we had all kinds of trouble. So we will go back to regular Sunday broadcasting on Sunday. Ah, that is so cute. Okay.
But, and also on Monday, are we doing something on Monday?
Yep.
What the hell are we doing Monday?
Mom, the assemblage sale.
Oh,
Sale
son
with
of a
Misty.
biscuit. That's right. We got a sale with Misty on Monday. Holy cats, we do. My
Now Sarah is going to be selling assemblages. Misty is not, because Misty cannot do that what Sarah does.
Oh, Misty's stuff will kick ass as it always does.
No, I
Yeah,
cannot
will just be there
create.
facilitating.
Yeah, I'll sell some assemblages. What are we doing, Missy? Like 14 a piece? 14 things a
Yeah.
piece? Okay. Yeah, Missy.
And it'll be on my channel Monday at 1:00 Eastern.
Yep. So that's what, 12 for us Central? 12 Central for us.
Don't ask me. I can't ever remember the time thing.
I can't either. I say it wrong every time.
The ladies might be with us. Actually, all of them might be with us.
Why Oliver, too?
Because Martin Luther King Day.
Martin Luther King.
Excellent. The kids will be here.
So we used to
Well,
sing
that'll be fine.
King.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Dr. King, Dr. King.
Dr. King
Was a civil rights leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at Mom's. We're in the blue carpet kitchen. We can't sit the same way twice in a week, so
It's just easier if we confuse you every week.
yeah, we just really like to.
There is an absolute disaster
Mess it up.
down in the beige carpet studio in the family room.
Yeah.
So, otherwise known as Assemblage Central, fancy ass diorama Central. So, we had to have the sale up here. Plus, we were having Misty, and Misty was our guest. So, I thought I better fancy it up a little bit with the Hoosier cap.
I did put eyeliner on, so
Yeah, for Misty.
it's for Misty.
Yeah, sure.
Misty's been shopping all day.
So, what we're going to do
Right now,
is talk to 4 of our favorite people who are very, very successful. And Misty is the first of 4 because, you know, she's tops on the Cool Channel and the Cool Kid Club.
Totally.
Yeah. So, what are you looking for?
I was sharing something.
Oh. So she's first, and then we'll do 3 more people. Not today, obviously, but in the coming month.
Couple weeks.
A couple weeks. 3 more people coming. And they is the heavy hitters gang. And, you know, when I
I've got a group of heavy hitters.
Yeah, we do. We do. When I first started selling on eBay, I looked exhaustively for videos on YouTube on content. In fact, Misty is one of the very reasons why I started selling on eBay. Because I started watching her a long time ago. And
oh my God, fangirl moment.
Oh God, yeah. Jocelyn, I found Jocelyn first. Crazy Lamp Lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stumbled on Misty and Alex. Couple
like
others. But yeah, I mean, Misty is what I'm like, well, look at her. I love her.
She's fun.
Do you remember me saying to you, watch her?
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to get Sam on board with this.
Yeah.
And I said, I am serious. Watch her. I love her.
It was you and Dee.
Yeah.
That
Dee also
pulled me in.
Yeah.
Dee pulled me in because she sounded like the principal from School of Rock.
I love Dee.
Oh,
I never miss one of these videos. And I watch YouTube mainly while I'm at work, you know, so I watch, you know, when I'm at the shop, I watch when I'm on my TV. So I'm, you know, I'm always telling everyone, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm like, I have to go in and like, I need to go in and comment because I'm on my TV and you can't really do that. So it is very important that you do go in and comment. But yeah, no, I love these videos, and I was the same way. I mean, I found Alex and Dee and you know, Ann Eckhart. I watched her a lot too. She is. Yeah. She's just, I just like her personality. She's just fun.
I do too. And I like to listen to her.
Yeah. Dee is the thrill of the thrift. Someone's asking who is Dee, the thrill of the thrift.
Thrill of the thrift. My God, subscribe to Dee. She's fantastic. So
she's fun.
Yeah. So let's so what we did, Misty, is Maddie, also my second daughter, she resells God, Poshmark, stuff like that. Mercari. She sells vintage clothes. And so I said, maybe and so we're going to go off of what, because she's, you know, plus she's got a good, I don't know. She's businessy, you know. God dang it.
Can this wait till later?
Yeah. So, what do you think? Well, first of all, so you sold this like live reselling is relatively new. When do you sell it all on eBay anymore?
I do, but I have not listed anything on eBay in well over a month.
Oh my God. I can't tell you last time I listed something on eBay. What? So tell me the differences. Like, obviously you prefer live reselling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do because, well, I mean, it's quicker for one thing. I mean, I enjoy talking about an item. Like I like to explain it and like talk about it. And to me, it's better than, you know, you're sitting and you're typing something in and you just can't come across telling the story about the item. So I like to do that. I like to talk in general, but I think, gosh, I should have looked at this earlier. I think my first live sale was, it was around this time 1 year ago. So I'm like on the 1 year anniversary of starting to do the live sales. I had seen other people that were doing live sales on Instagram, and I really wasn't doing a whole heck of a lot on Instagram at that time. And I thought, well, I mean, maybe it's something that we could maybe try to do on YouTube. And when I first started doing them, it was, I did it in the total wrong way. And it was, I would show the item and give it a number. And then I would say the first person to send me an email
Oh,
will
right.
be able to
Yeah.
claim the item.
That's how
Not
we did
even,
our
I mean,
first one.
yeah. And it's just, people will have to like get on a different device, or it was just wasn't, it wasn't
Well,
very
yeah.
good,
In
putting
this
it
little
that way.
community that we have, and reselling live I mean, it's huge on Instagram. It's big on TikTok. It's big on Facebook Live. I mean, there's lots of different little communities, but in our particular little community, you are definitely the path maker. I mean, you are.
See, and I don't, people say that, and I don't see that necessarily. I don't like,
That's
people
true.
will say that, but it kind of makes me feel a little uncomfortable when people say that, because I just don't,
I was going
I
to
don't
ask you
put
that.
myself, well, I don't put myself above anybody else. I just don't, I don't think that way.
Right.
So I mean, and it wasn't like I invented the idea of a live sale.
Right.
I wasn't the inventor of it. Maybe just in our niche on, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I don't even want to say that necessarily, but
So the way I see it, I'm going to stop you because I think another way you could look at it is the trailblazer is always the one that gets all the crap in the face. They're the one that always gets all the sticks in the face. You had to go through all the mistakes and all of the crap, the email me if you want the first item situation.
Uh-huh.
And we were like,
yeah.
okay, we're not going to do that.
Uh-huh.
Because Misty already felt the pain from that. That's more what I think I feel like okay, well we're gonna go ahead and osmosis your mistakes and just not do them.
Like you're
Well, and
the
I'm glad, and I'm happy to be that what not to do, because
you're
I
like
mean,
the oldest kid.
Yeah.
You're the one who, you're the first pancake. And then the rest of us just sort of fall in line. Okay, well, let's see. That didn't work for Misty, so no one do that. Oh, wait, this is working for Misty, so everybody, let's do this. Yeah, that's kind of.
well,
and then hopefully people kind of expand on their own and come up with their own ideas. That's kind of, But I'll tell you what, there are few people that I watch, that I value more what they're selling than you. Truly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm going to watch any sale to see what's selling, it's you for sure.
Well, and that could be like a double-edged sword a little bit too, though, because there are certain things that I don't want people to like go out and say, well, if, like, by watching my videos or watching what I'm buying necessarily, like some of the things that I bought, let's say even today, I know what my customer base is. I know I know who's watching my channel. I know what things to look for.
Right.
And you can still do that if you're selling in an antique booth, if you're selling, in your own brick and mortar, if you're selling on eBay and you have a customer base. But never, ever, ever go out and buy something just because you see what somebody else on YouTube is buying, because we all have kind of a similar customer base. But like today, when I was buying things today, it's very different than when I was just buying things for my brick and mortar.
Right.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So it can be, I guess it's just like a disclaimer. Don't go and buy everything that you see people on YouTube buying in their thrift videos, because it isn't going to sell the same for everybody. Like I couldn't sell, like Sarah, you go out and you find things for your assemblages. I don't even think about that because I can't make an assemblage. If I did, it wouldn't look like yours do,
It's a totally different mindset. It's also a totally different mindset what you pick up for like eBay and Etsy than you do for these live sales. Completely different base of buyers. Completely
well,
different.
and I think to have a nice flow of a live sale, it's always, to me, I think it's always important to have somebody there to help you. Either somebody that's sitting right next to you that can help you keep track and write things down, or someone do that for you remotely. because your flow is going to be a lot better. If I'm selling this thing of chapstick and I'm selling it and then it's sold and then I'm writing it down.
Yeah. You've got
You
to
know what I
have that
mean?
somebody in between kind of chatting and yeah. It's weird.
And doing it remote, like Emma helps me and she's 2 hours away.
Uh-huh.
So you can get one of your friends to sit down and, watch your channel and keep track
Right.
for you and watch and watch the chat for you so you can, you can
Yeah.
keep the flow going.
And there are plenty of people that will help you out. Like, there's a lot of people that come to the sales that are consistently at the sales, and they're more than happy to help you out if you just contact them.
And they're so helpful. There are so many people that come in and they are so helpful.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Do you inventory things? Like, what kind of inventory system do you have? Or do you? I don't.
No, I don't. I mean, I talking with my CPA, I have a CPA because I can't do numbers. I have to have somebody that does it for me. They just want to know what I'm spending and what I'm bringing in.
Uh-huh.
So but at the end of the year, you do have to have some sort of like, what do you have left? Like, what are your cost of goods that you have left at the end of the year? And with what we do, that's very hard because we have, everything's different.
Right.
To inventory, how many planners I'm not going to sit down and count every figurine that I have.
Oh my God. I couldn't. And how do you, so you have things, I imagine, that things that you bought to put on, do you have inventory that has not been listed, like at your brick and mortar?
Oh, yes.
No, what do you do with all of that? Are you gonna,
Well,
because your brick and mortar isn't open anymore, is it? You just use it as your office and storage and stuff?
yeah, and it's 2,500 square feet. So, I mean, I've got a lot of room.
House, girl.
I've got a lot of room, but
Yeah.
I have a lot of things that I want to get rid of because I don't want to use it for what we once used it for. So it's like that stuff's kind of sitting over there being forgotten about because it's big pieces of furniture, it's trunks, Crocs,
Right.
big pieces of artwork, big, huge cloth. I mean, I have all kinds of big things that I'm not going to sell in a live sale.
Do you miss that brick and mortar?
No.
No, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I miss seeing my customers, when we closed, we won for, 5 years. We were open for 5 years. And for 4 of those 5 years, we were the #1 antique store in Lawrence County.
Oh,
We
wow.
won that. Yeah. So, I mean, when we decided to close, we were doing good. I just didn't want to do it anymore. It was right after Christmas. And I mean, I completely transformed the shop. I had 9 Christmas trees and I made it different every time. And I was just done. It's so much work. And
then
we weren't
trying to do this
in time.
Yeah.
Well, and I was working I was teaching and I, and selling on eBay and, somewhat starting it up on YouTube. And I was just done. And we were only open on the weekend. So our whole weekend was we were tied down and I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
So I decided not to.
We're living in a whole different world now. I mean, all of the auctions that I used to go to are now online auctions, with the exception of one. And I mean, there's so much online stuff now that I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you what, if people close the brick and mortars that I go to, I'm going to be in big trouble because I love that process of going to someplace and looking at something physically. But that's a tough business to be in right now, given the world we live in, I think.
It is. And I think that's an important, Joanne Precious Lavender, she had brought up a good point is to, and I say all the time, if you are a reseller, you can still go to an antique mall, an antique store and find things to resell.
That's all
if you are
all I go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. But if you have an antique booth and you're not selling things, have a sale. Have a
Yeah.
sale. Have a 25% off, a 20% off sale, and advertise it on social media. Even if you can advertise your booth in an antique mall, you don't, you
Absolutely.
can absolutely. And if you have a sale, once a month, we would have a 25, sometimes a 40% off sale, because you got to get that stuff. You got to get that stuff gone, because I purposely, when I'm going to antique malls, and I go to them every week, I completely walk past several antique booths that I know never have a turnover. They're never
Right.
selling anything. They never
Yeah.
have a sale.
Me too. There's certain ones that I don't even look at it, because I'm like, I
Nope.
know your stuff is priced too high. I know you've had it for a year, and good luck. It comes, there's always that mindset of, you think to yourself, well, I know this is worth more than that. But if you've had it for a certain amount of time, you know, you got to get rid of it at some point, because then it becomes, you just have to weigh that. So if something isn't moving, at some point you got to put it on sale and get rid of it. And you could,
Well, look.
even if you have stuff on eBay, my God, use social media.
Oh, absolutely. When I have my brick and mortar open, Wildflower Antiques is the name of the brick and mortar, and I still have an Instagram account. I don't really post much on there anymore, but man, that's how you get people in. And
Oh, yeah.
Joanne just said, she's had her booth, her antique booth, 50% off since May, and she has sold over 1,000 items.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have
You know
a
what?
sale.
And even if you're a reseller and you've got, or even on eBay or Etsy or whatever, if you are not comfortable with the price that you want to put it at 50% off, hike the price up a little bit and then make it 50% off. I mean, not a whole lot, you don't want to be egregious, but people love a sale.
I run.
My main focus is to go to sale booths.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. And I went to the flea market today. Not a single booth was having a sale. Not a one. And I was irritated too, because and I mentioned this, I filmed when I was out today, and there were still so many booths out there. And I know that a lot of people don't, maybe this is the reason. See, sometimes I start to say something and then my brain totally wraps a thought around it. But I had seen a lot of booths that they were all still decked out in Christmas. And I got irritated. But now me is thinking, well, maybe they just don't want to get out because of, so that's acceptable. I understand that. But that kind of tells me too that they're not maintaining their booth. They're not bringing any more stuff in.
God,
But maybe they're
irritated by that. Oh my God.
Well, if you still have Christmas in your booth, you need to have sale on your Christmas items.
Get on sale. My God, move some inventory. Get that stuff out of there. How did you decide when you were just selling on eBay or Etsy or wherever, platform you're using? How did you decide what to pick up to sell? Or did you just throw it at the wall, and if it stuck, you saw,
Well, sometimes. But I think with selling on YouTube, if you're going to because I quit my job to sell on eBay full time. And when I did that, I was selling everything. 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it had been that recently.
Yeah. And I've been selling on eBay since 2003, long time, not full time, but just here and there. But I watched a lot of YouTube videos, because I was selling everything. I was buying clothing, I was buying electronics. I was watching and learning. That is the best thing to do, just to get an idea. People that are eBay sellers. If you're watching someone that is solely an eBay seller that has a YouTube channel, that's a really good thing, because they're listing it on eBay. They're not, yes, if they're a big YouTube channel, they are going to have people that are following them and buying things from their eBay store because they are a known person.
Right.
but it does still give you an idea of what things to maybe when you're out in the thrift store to look for. And then when you're at the thrift store, look them up and see what the sold comps are. It's important to look at both the unsold, what things are actively listed for, and what they have sold for.
Right.
You have to still look at both.
Right. And if you come across something that, you know, and you'll get to the point where you don't have to stop and look everything up. You can kind of gauge what things are going to bring you. And again, they'll bring something completely different than they do in live resales. I mean, they just will. But, you know, if someone else has if there's 40 other of the same thing, and then you go to the solds and there's only 2 that have been sold, probably not a good investment.
It's not a good investment.
You know,
that's why it's important to look at the active listings so you can see how and a lot of times when I'll do things like as an offer up on my live sales, a lot of times it's because I can't find good comparables. I can't find, you know, especially on ephemera and things like that. That's it's hard to find sometimes on the pamphlets and the store cards and the calendars, and it's hard to find an exact comp. So you kind of let the market decide what to sell them for.
And I am a big fan of letting the market decide. I mean, sometimes you get burned and sometimes it comes out in your favor. But
I have lost a lot of I have lost money. I mean, I've sold some paint by numbers that I could have sold for twice what I sold them for in a live sale.
Yeah.
So you just never know.
No, you don't.
That's the risk that you take.
What's that?
It's the risk that you take.
Oh, for sure.
And I bought plenty that that was a wash or I've lost money on, you know, and you learn from that. You pay to learn. You pay to learn.
This reselling part, live reselling though, is so, I mean, you can kind of gauge on Facebook, on eBay. Okay, well, this stuff isn't going as high as it was. But in live resales, my God, one week something will sell for $20. The next week it'll sell for 100. It just really depends on the mood of the people, doesn't it?
It depends on who's watching that week.
Yeah. You just have no idea who your audience is going to be. I mean, we kind of know, but you know,
I see Share Fine said, I find it hard to know what something is to look it up. Google Lens. If you do not have Google Lens on your cell phone, download it.
Upload it. Yeah.
Upload it, download it. I don't even know what the difference.
Download is the correct term.
Download it.
Download.
Okay.
Yes.
But because you can just take a picture. You take a picture and it's not always going to be exact, but it gives you an idea.
Google Lens is more specific, and people are like, well, we have Google. No. There's Google Lens is a separate app. Download it.
Yep.
It focuses in more on the thing you're taking a picture of and blocks out more.
Google Lens.
Yeah, Lens. Lens.
Lens.
Yep. Get that app, and that will help you a lot. Also, I use WorthPoint. I use
I do too.
Pick Click is good.
I'm trying to pull up
eBay, Pinterest even. You can image search in Pinterest.
And Pinterest is good to look at trends too.
Yes. Yep, I agree. Absolutely. I wish Etsy had an image search, but they don't.
Me too.
That would be very helpful. You want to ask?
Well, sure. My question is, so kind of along the live sale thing, what do you think a person should do if they want to start a YouTube channel that will eventually be a reseller channel? And then part B of that is, when do you think they're ready to resell?
You mean when are they ready to have a live sale?
Yeah.
Or just reselling?
Live sale is what I mean.
I get some coffee.
Okay.
Give me a minute, ladies.
Well, I mean, think about it. When we all started a YouTube channel, we saw somebody else and we thought, I could do that. I mean, that's what I did. I thought, well, I could do that. And So you just got to do it. I mean, you gotta start it, and there are a lot of successful YouTube channels that you don't even see their face. You know, you don't have to, show your face if you don't want to. I think one of
Alex
the
did
most
for a long time.
no, she didn't. No, I think one of the most important things that to me that's important when I'm watching someone on YouTube is that they need to be genuine. Like
Yeah.
you want to watch them and you want them to be real. You, at first when you're worried about what you look like, oh, I got to put all my makeup on, I got to make sure that I look, and then you get to the point where you're like, you got to be me, you got to be yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be you. When I first started YouTube, I didn't know how to edit. None of my videos were edited. If you look at my first 2 YouTube videos, they are shot, the camera's not facing the right way. I had looked like Elvira in jet black hair, and I have bright red lipstick.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and none of it's edited. I mean, none. I mean, probably for a good 6 months, nothing was edited. I didn't know how. But I watched YouTube videos. I found an editing program that I liked. I watched YouTube videos and I taught myself. Now, my videos are not, they're edited, but they're not, they're edited.
Yeah.
They're just edited.
Good YouTube videos are Catherine finds.
Yeah, they do. Well, that's what she does. I mean, she's in graphic design, so she's got that background. I will edit out my or if I take too long to say something like that. But yeah, keeping it authentic, I think, is the most important thing. And I think being positive and uplifting and I don't know, making people feel good.
Just having fun.
And
I mean,
just have fun.
You don't have to know everything. If you don't know something, say you don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Listen, I was raised in an antique store. Okay.
Right.
I always thought people went to yard sales and antique stores and auctions. I mean, that's why but I don't know. I do not know glassware to save my life. I do not know patterns, nor can I retain them. I cannot remember anything. You just kind of have to go with your gut and find your niche, research what you can about it. I don't claim to know everything there is to know about everything. I just kind of can. I know that my talent is being able to find something that I know somebody else will like, and I know that they can use it in their home for a decor piece.
Right.
And
It's more of
I don't know. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it isn't, it's hard to say to people, okay, go out and pick up this and this and this. It's just, you just know, you can look at something and think, okay, I'm positive I can sell this. And I can't pick up things I hate. I cannot sell things I don't like. It is so apparent. Out here.
Although I always hated glassware. It just wasn't my thing. But I'm starting to have a little bit more of appreciation for it. And
right.
I'm starting to use it more in my own home.
Uh-huh.
So it's weird. It's weird how things can kind of evolve a little bit, but it all goes along with what's in trend. And glassware is very much in trend right now, or on trend right now.
Yep.
So
what do you do? Like, say you're going to, I want to know what your day looks like. So when you get up, take us through a day.
Through a day? Well, I typically go to bed between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. On it, typically, I get up usually about 7 o'clock. I try to get up earlier, but I usually get up about 7, and do a couple little household chores and then go to the shop. I try to be the shop by 9, and email. It's constantly checking email. I'm constantly checking emails, answering emails. But when I get to the shop on a Monday, I'm preparing for Tuesday sales. Or, I sell a lot of things through my haul videos too. So I'll sell typically between, depending, maybe 30% of the things that I'm showing in a haul video, people have emailed me about. So I'm packing up those orders, preparing for Tuesday's sale, and then also preparing for Wednesday's sale. And I do handwrite. Someone was asking about how I keep track. I do. This is something that I do. I'm old school. I do handwrite everything I'm selling each week down. I handwrite it down, give it a price, and then all that gets transposed into Google Docs by my daughter, and then I have a record of that. So that kind of is a hard copy of my sales each week. It's in my Google Doc. But I have to handwrite it. I cannot do it on a compuder. I know I cannot do a spreadsheet. I will not do a spreadsheet. Would it save me time? Probably. But I have to have it written down. I'm very quirky. I do things a certain way. I do all my own shipping. I do all my own invoicing. I do everything. The only thing that I don't do is the keeping track and doing the Google Docs. And I hire my daughter to do that. And I'm looking at possibly hiring a lister to list things on eBay.
That's a good idea.
I've got to get some stuff on eBay. I mean, I've got so much stuff that I know won't sell in sales.
Well, I have so many light fixtures and salvage doorknobs and things that I know will sell very, very well on eBay.
Right.
And they just don't interest me. So I don't really, they just are kind of sitting over there. And I need to hire a lister. I thought about, it's going to cost me probably about $200 a week to hire somebody to make a draft. I know, to make a draft for me, because I want them to make a draft. Take the pictures, make the draft, and then I'll make them go live.
Right.
But then if I'm having that much more in sales on my eBay store, then that's just because I ship everything by myself. So how am I going to get it all done? But I cannot give up my shipping. I will not give it up.
Oh God, I'm not. I hear that.
And I get my shipping done in a day.
I'm not kidding. How?
I put my phone down. I put it on silent. I put on either music or YouTube videos, and I tune everything out. I have to, because it literally eats at me. Like, I didn't get my shipping done today, and I won't sleep tonight because I know it needs to go. It needs to go out the door and into the arms of its new owner. I will dream about it tonight. But I enjoy the shipping. But I'm shipping in a day. Like tomorrow, I will ship over 80 things by myself tomorrow.
That absolutely floors me that you can get that done that quickly.
That used to be how you were, though. You used to, like, before, in the beginning, when we started selling, you wouldn't let me ship my own items.
Oh, no. I can't. I still have trouble letting her ship anything that is even hers.
I know. I just enjoy it a lot because I feel like, especially doing it on live sale, because you know who you're selling it to, who it's going to, and you want them to open it up, and you want them to be like, oh, that makes me
there we go.
That is just such a special feeling for me, just to know that I'm sending this to Joanne. This is going to Joanne.
I love, I don't do anything fancy on the inside, but on the outside, I make everybody like an individual sticker.
Little stickers.
Oh my God, I love doing that. I spend more time doing that than, it's ridiculous, but I do. I love doing that. Okay, so you're at the shop.
I like to do the things on the inside.
I know you do. I love getting stuff from you. So you're at the shop, you're getting ready for the sale. Okay, so what time do you go home?
Well, typically I try to, my husband gets home at 5:30. I try to be home when we're very old fashioned. I have had people say, well, why don't you do your sales of the evening? Because that's my family time. That's
Right.
when
That's
5 o'clock comes, we're having dinner. I'm still answering email. I still am answering emails, but
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm like, that's my day. That's my work day. I have
Right.
my sales during the day. My evenings are not working, so that's why.
And this is one of those businesses, especially this live reselling. I mean, it absolutely will consume you.
That's kind of the
Oh.
problem I'm having right now is I morning, noon, night, midnight, I'm working on something. I'm working on something and my kids feel it and my husband feels it.
I work more now doing this than I ever have.
Ever.
I work probably 15 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
Maybe more.
It's constant. I mean, you're either, dealing with like an email, a problem. And then with this comes the public,
So that leads into a question that somebody had asked.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Somebody had asked, what do you do about to summarize people's unfavorable opinions?
Well, you
Which
ride with
sometimes
it.
come in the emails.
Yeah, you ride with it. But Misty, what do you do?
Well, I mean, it's hard for people you are talking about someone like not liking you because they don't like what you said or they don't like something that you.
Not even that. Like, why do you do your sale this way? And like, where do you draw the line? Like, do I listen to my customers and what they want, or where do I draw the line? Like, this is how I do stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so like more opinionated about how you're doing your sales, things like that.
Yeah.
But you work for yourself.
Yeah.
So you get to decide. You get to decide when you work. That's the whole thing. I mean, it's I don't want to work for somebody else. I work for me and in my schedule, and everything else is just going to fall in place. I mean, if someone you can't watch at 1 o'clock, I'm sorry that you can't watch at 1 o'clock, but that's my time for me to have. That's what works for me.
Like, I think everybody now at this point, subscriber wise, now I can't speak to you guys because you have way more subscribers than we do. But as far as our sales go, everybody's pretty much down with the auctioning now. I mean, for a while that was a huge controversy.
It
whether
was.
or not, some people love it, some people hate it. But in the end, that is your business. Your name is on the shingle hanging outside the door. That is your decision how you run it. Now, we take everybody's suggestions and complaints into account. We do. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're paying our bills. That's how we got to do it. And you just can't keep everybody happy. I wish we could. I really, really wish we could, but you just can't. Somebody's always going to be pissy about something,
And that's true. And if someone is upset or mad, then you can't help it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there isn't really much more that you can say about that. You just have to be able to, be.
I think you and I tend to be, and I think Samantha would agree with this, we tend to be more people-pleasing type of people. And the thought of somebody being mad at me almost makes me physically sick. And I go out of my way to try to rectify that, regardless of what they're upset about. Even if it's nothing I've done, if they're upset about something, I will obsess about it until it's resolved. And I have discovered that I can't do that in this. I just can't. Because I get so obsessive.
Especially on YouTube.
Yeah.
Especially now when, because you'll get people will say your videos, you're moving your camera too fast. It's making me sick. Or your voice, I can't stand your voice. I mean, some people are just mean. They're just downright mean. And at first it
And
does
that
bother
kind of
you.
stuff, I just, you shrug
But
that stuff
but
off.
now you just laugh about it. Now I'm just
Right.
like, whatever. Okay.
My favorite thing
And
is to respond back with a really kind comment.
well, yeah,
Like,
you can do
you
that.
know what? There was the time where some lady said that we look like we never shower, and I said, you know what? True.
Don't.
One shower a year.
No.
I'm really shooting for no showers for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
No showers for life.
No showers for life.
Yeah, well, and I mean, think about the whole filming. Oh, you're filming. Okay, it is very hard. Let me just say, it is very hard to film. So you have your camera in your hand. You have this hand over here. So this hand over here is looking at things,
I can do
but
it.
then now you have to make sure that you're not too close to somebody. You can't be. I don't film anybody. You do not film people's faces. That is not good. That's not right. Do not do that. So you're aiming your camera at a certain way. You're trying to look. You're trying to talk. You're trying to move your cart. Trying to make sure your purse, your bag, or something doesn't get stolen out of your car. So you're multitasking. And if you have ADHD, that is not easy to do.
Oh yeah. I can't.
I'm like, and the thing of it is though, too, when I'm filming while I'm shopping, I'm zoned in and I sometimes don't see that there's someone right next to me because I'm like hyper focused on this is what I'm doing. And so it isn't easy to hold a steady hand when you're, doing 15 things at once. So um I mean you what can you say to someone when they comment? I'm just like, okay, or I don't even comment back.
Oh, I don't either. Well, the thing is, with the general of this, and as we know, I sell Sensei, and I have a little bit of a team. And so the one thing that I preach to them constantly, and it applies here as well, is if you are being genuine with what you're doing in your channel, with what you're doing in your videos, with what you're doing in your sales, then you have nothing to apologize for. You need
Oh
to
yeah, I
be
agree.
confident in what you're doing. You're being genuine.
Yeah.
Anything that you're doing that might upset somebody really isn't your problem. It has more to do with them than you. So,
And I will say this too. I think that it's very, 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 very important when you are in somebody else's place of business, when you are in an antique mall, when you're in an antique store, you should not ever disparage that business in your video.
No.
Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because
Right.
your opinion does not make, I think that's a horrible thing to do. I think it's a really crappy thing to do to somebody's business. If you're in there filming and you're like, this place is crappy. And now you
I
can
agree.
make the comment, oh my gosh, this is expensive. This is, because it's expensive for resale. It isn't expensive for retail. I don't want
right.
to pay that price. I can't make anything out of it. But I don't think that you should ever go in and say, this antique mall is horrible. Or don't ever go to that antique mall.
Yeah.
Or
Don't be.
because that's your opinion and that could really hurt somebody else's business. I have a problem with that.
I
Right.
agree.
Right. Yeah, I agree 1000%. It also isn't it- we do things differently than you do things. You do things differently than Jeffrey does things. Jeffrey does things differently than Jocelyn does. Jocelyn does things differently than
George.
Alex does,
Yeah.
or George, or Fabric Fine,
All
or anybody, on and on and on. So I think people like to make a comparison. Well, Misty does things this way, or Alex does things this way. They're all different channels. There's good things about every single channel, and everybody does things differently. So
Yeah.
I just, the opinions that come from that stymie me. If you don't like it, don't watch. You don't like that store, don't go to it. Don't trash somebody. Oh God.
Well, we've all been into antique malls where it's not been a very good day and you've not really found anything. And you're like disgusted because I've spent this whole time here and I didn't. And you can be disgusted, but I don't think that you should project that to make
I
the
don't
whole
think so.
store look like a crappy place just because you had a bad day.
Right. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. It is not our place to I don't know. And I don't know. I completely agree with
And
that.
I think kind of going back to talking about, when you should have a live sale and stuff on a YouTube channel, I think that one important thing to do in order to build an audience is to not just have live sales.
Oh,
Don't
for
make
sure.
that your only content, because you're not building up a customer base of people that can kind of see you, and like they want to see you find the things. They want to see your personality, and they want to see, I don't know. I just think that don't make that,
The
don't
focus.
limit yourself to just that. Yeah, don't limit yourself to just that.
Oh, we are
You can,
terribly guilty of that. So we've been, Sam's been a lot better about posting like shop with me videos and stuff like that. Cause I just can't seem to pull myself together. And,
I hope that starts soon.
but like really well balanced. You've got a really well balanced channel of, like a mix between, shopping videos and haul videos. And where really most everybody does but us, frankly.
Right.
So,
well, but Sam has 3 young children.
I know it.
If I had 3 young children, it would very much limit what I'm able to do.
Right.
When I was still working out of my house, and I've been out of my house for about a year now. I've only been working full time in the shop for about a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think it's been a year. I don't know.
It's been a year either.
But I would do more like home decor and like, but I'm not here. I'm like here to sleep kind of sometimes, it seems like. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I like your shopping videos. I think that they're fun.
Thanks.
I think you should do a video every day, Monday through Friday. Did you hear me say?
That's the goal. That it is the goal. And I will say, as I get more in the
You have to
swing
get
of
in
it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's definitely that.
Now, I will say that I have, on several occasions, I usually will edit my videos late at night once everybody's gone to bed.
Yeah.
And I have fallen asleep countless times while I'm editing. And sometimes at the end, when I go back and I watch, and I'm like, oh man. I mean, it's like you fell asleep. And you're like, yeah, that's good. I'm tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's literally exactly what happens to me.
Yeah.
Oh, Joanne said she got my first email from a sale on January 26th. So January 26th is around the date of my 1-year celeversary. Oh, I should probably do something.
We didn't follow too shortly after that. When, let's see, February-ish maybe?
We started a channel in February. We did not start doing live sales till May. And we vehemently said we wouldn't do them because they weren't for us. We didn't think that they were going to be our thing. And then
it took a minute for us to catch on to it.
That's how we make our money now.
So spills.
I will say,
when I first started doing mine, I was trying to sell like 30 items, and I maybe sold 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna. And that's when people will ask me, well, what's your advice? And my advice is just don't get discouraged, because you're not going to sell every single thing at the beginning. You have to build that. You need to build that customer base. You're going to want them to come back and watch you. So that's one of the things that I do. I cannot sit when I have a live sale. I just cannot sit. I don't even sit when I'm working. I have a standing desk. I do not have a chair or a stool or anything. I just don't sit. I'm moving around too much, And I think that when you're standing up and you're doing a live sale, you have a lot more energy. And I don't know. You can you can just move a little bit better. On the Tuesday videos, since it's a 4-way sale, I am sitting just because I'm not always talking, so I'm, but I think standing up, and Jeffrey has found this out too. He likes to stand too. It just gives you more energy. So maybe try standing.
It's a
did it.
different
Okay,
path.
Yeah, I actually would like to stand too, truth be told. But I'm so twitchy that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shar
I'm not
says
gonna
she's
lie to you.
starting
Sometimes my
videos
hips
this
out.
month.
I normally do.
What's that?
Shar says I'm starting videos this month. What is a good place to start?
Well, what do you do every day? Share. Like, do you go shopping? Do you go through your stuff? Do you like to talk about your stuff? Do you like to share your stuff
Oh,
with your family? It kind of depends on what you like to do. Don't force yourself to
my
do
first
something
video
you
was
don't
a
like.
haul.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
My
I
first
would,
videos were hauls. I think starting with a haul.
yeah,
Shop with me is a lot harder to
It's
do.
hard. I
And
can't.
and shop with me videos are usually the ones where you start to get not very nice comments.
Yep. Yep.
yeah, because technically they can turn out to be kind of crappy and people just don't. I'll tell you what, until you've done it, you have no idea how hard it is to do.
Yeah.
To hold a camera and talk and try to look at things.
And when you first start, you'll notice yourself like, okay, so here's what you're doing, but you're okay. So I'm at the live sale, but here's where I'm looking at it. I'm talking about it, telling you about it, but it's not even in the camera.
It is very difficult to do. I can't do it.
Well, and let me tell you, today was the first day I have filmed with I always have used my cell phone.
Oh,
And
how was it?
Jeffrey he convinced me that I needed a camera. And because the sound is better, the stabilization's better, I can use my phone to search things or,
Yeah,
right.
that is a
I'm
pickle.
not like in the abyss because normally on my filming days, everyone in my family has tried to call me 15 times and I'm filming. And so I don't answer the phone,
Right.
So my video that will be coming out, I don't know what it will be. It could be a huge hot mess because it is very different going from your phone to this little bitty viewfinder thing, because
Yeah.
it's, here it is. So this is the size. I'm going from this to
Yeah.
I like that camera.
that.
Oh, yeah. That's a big difference.
So yeah, I know if I get, oh, your videos are making me sick, and I'm like, I just did it on this camera.
Well, you know what? You can call Jeffrey. This is his fault.
That's right.
Nanette had a good question, and this was on our list. So, I mean, this is 100% commission. This job, it is. You are like your success and failure is based entirely on how well you pick and how well you sell. So, when do you make that? And this is I quit my job in July, and I'll tell you what, and man, there was no preparation. I called Samantha and said, "Hey, guess what? I quit my job." She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
So you got to be pretty confident. But, I think people want to know, at what point were you confident in quitting your teaching job, that you knew you could make a living doing this? I mean, also on YouTube, at what point do you start making like appreciable amount of money? And it is
Not
viewing
resale
hours.
stuff, but just YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Like, when are you making decent YouTube money at, like, you just expand on that.
Well, I'm very, very lucky. Well, first of all, I was teaching, so I really wasn't making a whole lot of money to begin. I'm making much more.
I knew you were like making $250,000 a year, but
But my husband works for the government, so my husband has a very comfortable job. His job has insurance. So I don't have to worry about having insurance, and I don't have to necessarily. I mean, his job will pay our bills.
Right.
My job, but we have a child in college, so it was always my goal was always that I wanted to be able to make enough money to pay for that college tuition payment each month. So that was like my job. I mean, and that's, a couple $1,000s a month in a tuition bill. That's a lot to take on. So, that's why when I stopped, I was selling everything. I was going out and I was buying clothing and I mean, everything. I was selling on Poshmark and on Mercari and on eBay. And I was actively listing 20 to 30 things on eBay every single day. which is laughable now because now it's been months. But so having a secondary income makes a big difference. It was a lot less scary for me. It would honestly scare me to death if I if I was the sole income person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because in sales in general, you just never know. That's just the life of being in sales, no matter what you're selling. If you're selling cars or if you're a realtor or whatever, that you just never know what the market's going to be.
That's kind of how it was when Alan. So my husband Alan is a tech everything, and he used to be a phone salesman at US Cellular, and he was very good at his job. However, him being good at his job does not necessarily mean people need to come and buy phones. It also doesn't mean that the company's going to back him up. Everything he made was commission. So basically, we're living on a prayer every month, and it was terrifying. So he at least still had an out, like kind of hourly, but like with this, my suggestion to people is like, if you're on your own, I would not suggest doing this alone for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. It can be very scary, especially this time of year. You know, this is when things kind of slow down a little bit. As far as YouTube goes, there was a lot of, well, you know, for a year, I wasn't making any money on YouTube.
Right.
I mean, it took me a year to reach my 1,000 subscriber threshold. And I mean, and even after you reach that 1,000 subscribers, you may go another year before you're even really making a lot of money for the amount of work that you're putting into it.
Exactly right.
I am just now at the point where that it's becoming worth it's a part-time job, basically. My YouTube ad is definitely a part-time job. But I look at it as a way of, I mean, YouTube has helped me as far as live sales go. So
yeah, it's definitely a vehicle.
Yeah.
So
but the ad, I'm not making enough money to not resell and have a YouTube presence, basically. And with
that once you get 1,000 subscribers, all of a sudden you're rolling
in the dough, baby. $100.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what it is for a long time. And you won't even get paid. YouTube won't even pay. You won't even get a check. You won't get any money until you've at least reached that $100 threshold. And your AdSense is always a month delayed. So whatever you like, we won't get paid for December until the 21st of January. So it's always that month delayed. But now it's starting to get to where my husband isn't giving me dirty looks because I'm staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning and editing a video. Now it's like, okay, all right, well, maybe it is worth your time. Right. You know what I mean? Because before it's like you're putting all this time and energy into it and you're not even making any money. Why are you even doing it?
Yeah. And that's based on viewing hours, correct? I mean, not necessarily. That's how you get paid on YouTube.
Well, it's how many people view your ads.
Yeah, how many people view your ads.
And that's why when you have your YouTube channel that you like to watch, it's so important to leave a thumbs up. And honestly, a thumbs down's okay too, because it's still interaction. The thumbs downs don't bother me. I do not care because it's interaction. So it's still thanks for the interaction.
Yeah, when people say, you know, comment in the comments after I mean, it helps out. I mean, it's for a reason. Yeah.
Well, it helps get your video pushed through the algorithm, so it'll show up on as a suggested video. So that's why there's 3 things that are super, super duper important on YouTube. That's the 3 P. The 3 T's: your title, your thumbnail, and your tag. Title, thumbnail, tag. Because if your video gets pushed through as a suggested video, they're going to look at that and they're going to see that thumbnail and they're going to be like, what do I what's that? Ooh, because you're like, oh, what's that? You'll click on it, and then you'll watch that video, and you're like, oh, I
Right.
kind of
And
like that. I'll
tell
subscribe to
people
this.
about their thumbnails. So you don't necessarily want to picture yourself.
No, my videos do so much better if I am not in them.
Mm-hmm.
If my face is not in my thumbnail, more people will, they want to see the content. Like they want
They
to
want
see
to see
what
what you're selling. Yeah.
right.
They want to see
I
me.
no, look at this. My hair's
No.
hardly brushed.
What are you talking about? You don't want to see all of this? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I will have to say, sometimes I have to put myself in my videos because it's a haul video and I didn't take a thumbnail. So I'm doing
Right.
a screenshot because I forget to take a thumbnail every day. And I'm like, crap, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with a thumbnail.
Exactly.
Spell the 3 T's. Is the echo really bad?
That's not terrible.
Thumbnail, title, tag.
You putting that in?
Yep.
Sam's putting it in.
And the important thing with tags is you go to another person's YouTube video that you have a very similar thing with. Like go to my YouTube channel, see what I'm using as tags, copy and paste those tags, and put them on your video. Easy
Right.
peasy. I don't
Yeah.
care if you do that. That's fine with me.
Right.
And
YouTube
save
is all
those
about
tags.
consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the thing, time. So that could be another one too. It's important to consistently put a video out about the same time.
Yeah.
So I do mine 5 days a week, 8:30 in the morning every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do always in the mornings, usually 9.
Joanne wants to know what a tag is. Go ahead.
It's like hashtag Goodwill, hashtag thrift with me, hashtag antique mall haul. It's
Something that
basically
was
some,
in your video.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's going to make it show up in that niche of what people are searching for.
So when people go to search things, Joanne, when you hashtag something, it's just a search type thing. So if I'm looking for vintage uranium and Misty has tagged or hashtagged vintage uranium, it's going to take me to her stuff. So it's just a search thing. So hashtag things if you're on
Always
YouTube,
tag.
on everything really. Tag everything.
Instagram, yes.
Yeah. Especially Instagram, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Instagram is big on the tags, but I just have it in my saved settings on my video. And if I'm doing something different, then I'll add a couple of hashtags when I'm uploading my video.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything in the hold on a minute. Makes sense to find if you're looking for something. Yeah.
Maybe we should ask.
Oh, I love garden too. I watch Nicole every day.
Should we ask a couple?
And I love Liz retros. Everyone knows I love Liz retros.
Why do you need a thumbnail? So that's basically like your cover of your book. I mean, yeah, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but do you? Yeah. So, I mean, the more exciting or the more relevant to that person that thumbnail looks, the better likelihood it is that it's going to get watched by your target person.
Now, I will say, when you use yourself in your thumbnail, it's always it's a good idea if you're like, if it's like in my thumbnail today, I was irritated with Jeffrey or something. I don't know, because we were having a battle in Goodwill. So if it kind of relates to what you're doing, and it was a screenshot, but your title too. And I always try to make my title. Well, I don't always do this, but it's important to do this to make your title on your thumbnail different than the title that's in your video, because you need to use all of the things that you can use.
That's
so
what I
make
do.
if you're a Goodwill shop with me, you could maybe put that in your thumbnail and then have something that's attention seeking, like, I can't believe I found this.
Yeah. Yeah, like
This is what the
clickbait,
kids
really.
call clickbait.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get somebody's attention. You want to be, I mean, that's the whole point of it. You want their attention.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for commenting, Marie. She said this is the most she's ever commented.
Oh, very good.
Marie.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know what? I always tell people, just say, leave me random comments. Just like pick a button, just on your keyboard. It doesn't have to make any sense.
Yeah.
Let your cat walk on your keyboard. Okay.
Whatever. Just XXX. Whatever.
Maybe not XXX.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Maybe
no.
Or
XX.
666. Or,
I don't know. I mean, follow your heart.
Here, and actually, I want to know this too. Maddie has sent this question over. So, how do you determine how much you're going to sell something for? Now, I know we're kind of
I wrote that question. Thank you.
Oh, I know. We're kind of all in this auction mode right now. But let's say you're setting a price for something, for a set price. How do you determine what you're going to sell it for? Do you research it? Do you just kind of have a gut for it? Are there other channels you watch that, you're like, oh, okay, well, let's see, Jeffrey's selling this for this, so this is what I'll start it at. How do you determine that?
I no longer watch Jeffrey's video. Well, I do watch Jeffrey's video, but I don't, because Jeffrey and I will just make it into a competition, because that's what we do. No, it all depends on, okay, for example, we all know if you have a deer, or if you have a poodle, or if you have ephemera, you have certain things that I know that I have people that come to my sales because they like a certain thing.
Right.
So I kind of get an idea of what I can sell it for. I still do look things up on eBay, or WorkPoint, as a sold comp, because I want to be fair. I try to be fair. Yes, things that are being sold as an offer up typically do go higher than what I could sell them on eBay for. But some of the things that I'm selling as an offer up are things I don't know what I can sell it for. So I'm trying it. I'm letting my viewers decide. But I do try to be fair as far as looking at, like, if I'm going to sell this chapstick, and it's selling for $5, I'm going to list it. I'm going to try to sell it for about what I could sell it for on eBay.
Right. So prior to offer ups, that's how you would price things. You'd kind of look at eBay and see what things are going for, and then maybe knock a buck or two off because you're not paying eBay fees.
That's how we started.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, people do have to understand that we have money in these items ourselves, and that we're not. I mean, sometimes they know what we're paying for them, sometimes they don't. Because I've paid up for plenty. I've lost money on things that I've myself. I have shipping material. I have boxes. I've got, gas that it takes me to. I mean, I drove for an hour and a half today to go sourcing. So I've got the gas. I've got the time. So there are other aspects to it other than saying, oh, well, you don't have to pay your eBay fees, but I mean, you still have fees that you have to pay.
Your life fees.
And especially if, like in Jocelyn's, in her case, she has employees that she has to pay. She's got her rent that she has to pay. I mean, she's got an overhead that she has to pay. So
I think people I don't ever think they remember to put value on their time, like this is one of the most time consuming things I have ever done. And
absolutely.
I mean, my time is worth something. So
yeah,
you have to put value on your time, and the shipping supplies alone are so ungodly expensive. I
just placed an order. It was about an $800 order for shipping supplies.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a fun thing to have to pay, for the boxes. No. That's why, Christmas, when you order from Amazon, you're like, oh, that's a good box. Save that box.
Oh my God, yeah.
Save that box.
Oh my God.
I sometimes will go.
Stuff. I'm like, oh my God, these are great boxes.
I know Ellen threw away a couple boxes yesterday.
I put boxes out of trash cans when I've seen good boxes. I'm like, I'm taking your boxes.
Oh my God. Have you been to like Walmart or somewhere when they are, later in the evening and they're stocking their shelves and they have got all of these broken down boxes in the aisles. I'm like, okay, what are the odds they would notice if I grab some of these? Do you think they'd say anything?
Just try it.
Yeah.
Now, I
Go ahead.
have I love that I have the space where I'm not selling it out of my house. And I have it all in another location because I like to
Nice.
organize my boxes. I like to see them all on my shelf organized. I have a box of boxes over here, and I can't wait to take them and put them on their shelf where they go.
Yeah, boxes, that's something you get real excited about when you're in this business. The boxes.
Yep.
Like, Jesus, that is a perfect box right there. My God.
Well, so going back to finding a price for something. So I'm not going to lie to you. I just hid somebody from the channel today during the sale because many times they'll come in and they'll say, oh, well, that's going for less on Etsy, blah, blah, blah. And okay.
Mm-hmm.
So true. That is true. However, there's a difference. You don't know who you're buying from on Etsy. You don't know how long it's going to take them to ship. You don't know them. You don't know if you can trust them. You don't know if they listed that accurately. However, right now, right here, you're seeing exactly what you're going to get.
And what a crappy thing to do. What a
They've done
crappy
it a
thing
couple
to do. To come in and say, well, that's a crappy. Don't be a crappy person.
Right.
Take your
I mean, it's a
crappy
valid
attitude
point,
somewhere else.
but it's wrong.
Right. And I think people have said, buyers have said, not only on our channel, but on other channels, we like the relationships. We like the experience. We like, we're going to pay what we want to pay because we like, this is such a interesting dynamic that has happened during the COVID times.
Yeah.
People have
It really
formed tight relationships.
and that's very true. I mean, and listen, that I sold a fairy lamp. My first one that I sold as an offer up.
Uh-huh.
I lost sleep over it. It literally upset me to where it made me sick.
Uh-huh.
Because it sold for way more than what I thought that I had ever dreamed that it would sell for. I could not sleep, and it bugged me so bad. And I, reached out to some friends of mine that are resellers, and I was like, I'm not gonna sell it. And they're like, yeah, you are. Yes, you are. I'm like, it's not. It sells for less than that. That they wanted to buy it from you.
Right.
So it is. I had such a hard time with it, and it is it can be a very hard thing, but at the same time, it's not. We're not. Who would have thought?
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't get on Etsy and chit chat with the owner of that thing, or chit chat with your friends that you've made in the chat, or you're not connecting with people like you are on this. There's a reason people like this, and we enjoy it tremendously because of that.
Yeah.
There's also a hot chance that the person on Etsy or eBay has no idea what they have.
And there's always that aspect too. I get on eBay all the time and snipe things because people don't know what they have. But it's just there's a personal aspect to this that people enjoy and have enjoyed, and I think they'll continue to enjoy even when everybody's vaccinated.
Well, and to elaborate a little bit more on like a live sell faux pas, if you will, on commenting and stuff, when somebody's having a live sale and you are having a sale, I don't think that you should advertise your sale during somebody else's live sale.
I agree. Especially, we've had a few people that have said, "Hey, save some money. Come spend money at our sale on whatever day." And we're like,
"That's
bold,
kind of tacky.
That's bold."
Listen, I get it. I do, but not during a chat. Absolutely, I welcome it. If I'm having a live chat, you come in and tell everybody, and I'll tell people. But when somebody else is having a live sale, don't it's like sniping.
Yeah.
Don't be a snipe. Don't snipe.
Well, it's like free advertising, really.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's, the person having the sale has spent a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of things on
And I
their
will
sale.
absolutely support your sale. And I will absolutely tell people about your sale. And I will absolutely let you do that, but just not during a live sale.
Right.
And
I
I
tell
don't
people
know.
to put it in the comments so that people can see it after the sale
Absolutely. That's
instead of having to fish through
absolutely.
the chat, you know?
Yeah. I mean, odds have it, people are going to see it in the comments way more than they're ever going to see it in the chat anyway. So just put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
care.
absolutely.
We don't mind at
Oh,
all.
no, I'm all for, supporting other channels and other sales and absolutely. And it does get hard. It does get hard because there are so many people that are going live and doing live events or live sales or live calls. And I may decide on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock that I want to go live, and and I want to have just a little chat. But someone else is probably live at the same time and you feel so bad, but it's like, then you have to go back and think, well, who am I working for?
Right.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I think people misinterpret. It isn't ever intended. All of us try
Never.
so hard not to step on other people's toes. But this week has been absolutely stupid. We had to do this sale on Monday because Oliver was sick on Sunday on our normal time. There are people selling on tonight, Thursday nights, that we wouldn't hurt anybody. We would never, ever intentionally do that. Aside from Jeffrey, we would hurt him a lot. But
I just love him.
I do too.
Such a stinker.
It's never intentional. And then
absolutely never.
The bickering starts, and I think particularly with you, Misty, you are in the horrible position of, well, Misty mentioned so and so, but she didn't mention me, and unfortunately, because you're the oldest, you're the first pancake, and I don't mean you're the oldest physically, but you kind of started this whole
you got the weeds
gravy
in the face.
train.
Yeah.
Everything that happens is, well, then it becomes a popularity contest. It absolutely is not.
And Sam and I have had this conversation before privately, and I have never in my life ever have ever aligned myself with any particular group of people.
Right.
I have always been that person that is friends with everybody. I don't like people like, oh, well, they're the cool kids. No, I don't understand where that. I will support any channel that I enjoy. I don't necessarily going to say I'm going to go out and shout out every single channel because, well, one, that's not possible, and two, I don't have time to watch everybody. Listen, I don't watch. I love Michelle dearly. She's one of my very best friends. I don't watch every single one of her videos. I don't watch every single one of Jeffrey's videos, nor do they watch every single one of mine, and that's okay.
Right.
But I am the type of person that I will be friends with anybody and everybody, and I sometimes to a fault. Sometimes to a fault.
Yeah.
Sometimes to a big fault.
Right.
Sometimes it'll bite you big in the ass.
Well, so somebody just said, how do I know when it's a good time for me to go on and not step on someone's toes? So I will say this. If you're going to have a YouTube channel, you better put on some steel toe boots because you don't have time for your toes to be stepped on. Go live when it's time for you to go live.
Right.
Period. End of story. I mean, nobody, if you're truly a YouTuber, they're not going to be upset with you for going live at the same time as they are. It's fine.
Alex and I have gone live at the exact same time sometimes, and Alex is one of my very, very best friends. You just do what you need to do.
Well, and I think the longer you do this, the more you realize that people aren't doing anything to intentionally piss you off or hurt you. It's their business, and that's what they have to do. And
absolutely.
I think it's a lot less backstabbing than people think it is.
Yeah.
Now, there are weird factions of people And there's that whole thing. But that's, for the most part, this little group of people, there isn't anything ever intentionally done to
Never.
make anybody else mad. I mean, if anything, everybody goes out of their way to, make everybody else's life a little bit easier.
Yeah, true.
That's very true. That is very true. And in life, as in anything, there are just some people that you just connect to more.
Yeah.
There are some people that you just connect to more that you want to watch. Like,
Right.
I love Liz Retros. Not everybody does, but I do. I'm probably her weirdest fan and weirdest fan. But and not everybody likes to watch my videos, and that's okay too. They much prefer Sam and Sarah over me, and that's okay, because not everybody is going to have a connection with people.
Yeah, it's
and that's true in our community though too. You can absolutely adore people and not talk to them every single day or hang out with them every single day.
There's also that misconception where if you don't say hi to every single person in a chat, then all of a sudden you're mad at them.
Yeah.
No. Okay. In my case, first of all, I'm blind as a bat. Everything I am seeing right here is a complete blur. I couldn't begin to read those words if I had to. Sam.
Here's what's happening when I'm doing it. So I'm doing, well, if I'm at home and I'm on somebody's live and I pop on and I say, hey guys, I'm at home and I'm watching for a little bit. So I've got this going on here. I'm editing a video. I've got Oliver over on school. Lucy is literally here. Francis is crying about something. Taco is whining. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Lori C. Okay, Jean. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. But then, I think people take it personally if you don't say hi to them.
Yeah.
And
we don't mean to, I promise.
Half the time I'm not even in front of the screen if I'm listening to a sale. So
I'm so glad that you said that too, because sometimes I cannot tell you how many times I'm watching somebody's sale and I purposefully do not say anything.
Right.
Because I know I don't mean this to sound like I'm gloating or anything, but I know that a lot of people are going to end up saying hi to me, and then that's taking away from the sale. Right. But then I start to feel like, well, I didn't say hi to each individual person, and and then the people pleaser in me is like, well, I didn't say hi to everybody, and
I know.
So just know that we want to say hi to everybody.
Yes,
we do, and it's just not. Oh, absolutely. And I've gotten emails and I've replied back and they're like, I can't believe you replied back. And I'm like, why?
Right. And especially during a sale. I mean, it is impossible there's a reason Sam takes the chat away from me. She knows I can't see the screen. And she'll put the device clear on the other side of her because she knows I can't read it. Yeah. If we were to do that, that's all I would do is chat. And
because here's what she does. Oh yeah, so we're talking about this, and then yeah, drifting.
It isn't ever meant to hurt anybody's feelings. We try to say talk to everybody, but you just.
I know poor Jeffrey has gotten a lot of flack over not replying to comments, and I have been in the room with him when he's having a live sale. Barb can attest to this. His chat goes so fast.
Oh yeah.
Jocelyn's chat goes even faster. There isn't any way. So it's just, you have to understand, it's just going by so fast. It's going by so fast. And sometimes you're answering a question, and then like with me, I'm halfway answering it, and then I'm like, I don't even know what the question was. Well, what was even the question?
Wait, what was I saying? Yeah.
I don't understand. What was I talking about?
I know.
That's why I so badly want to, if we can get this thing under control in the world and we can start going back and living a normal life again, I so want us to do some sort of like mass meetup thing to
Oh,
where it's
God,
almost like a
Like a
convention.
Yeah, like eBay,
You
like
know?
the eBay thing, only like with us, with our people. Yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you know,
To do that.
yeah. Do you guys ever get off the wall emails? Well, we get the porn comments every video. Do you get the porn, girls?
Yes.
Hey,
They're
baby
always,
girl. Yeah.
I'm so lonely.
Lonely girl.
Hi, boys.
I will say on
Do you
our
love
channel
me?
specifically, I don't, rarely do I get in the emails, and Sam handles all of that because, again, I am just too obsessive. I'm too, if Sam will hide something from me if she thinks it's going to upset me.
Yeah.
And I'll obsess about it. So
Yeah.
she won't
I
tell
just
me.
won't tell her.
She'll delete it. She won't even tell me because I just obsess about it too much. I'm too much of a, I just try to make too many people happy. I just, it's just who I am.
Yeah.
So Sam
Well,
handles all of that. So if you're not hearing from me, it's because Sam hasn't gotten to it yet.
Or I've read it and then I forgot.
Yeah, and she will usually, at least in our case, if she thinks if there's something I need to address, she'll send me the email.
Right.
She'll like screenshot it and send it to me.
Doug said, porn,
balance we have
I'm
here.
missing out on something.
Do we have? Okay, Misty.
We better do one more because
Yeah.
I think we're accumulating some snow and I should probably be
Yeah.
able to get home.
Oh,
we
yeah.
are wrapping up.
Forgot about
Anything
that.
else you want to important that like we're missing?
What's your
Um,
top number 3 biggest pieces of advice for someone who wants to start reselling or
Either-
start a YouTube channel?
Yeah, reselling, YouTube, eBay, anything. Top pieces of advice.
well, you just want to get started out on reselling. Make an eBay store. You can do a starter store. It's free. And just start with something and I know that you all hear this all the time. Start with something that you already have. But that's so true. Like I get sick of seeing some of these things that I have and I'm like, I don't want that anymore. I'm sick of seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of looking at it. And just set yourself a goal. Say, okay, I'm going to start doing this and I'm going to list 5 things today. And listen, go onto YouTube and type in how to list on eBay. You will find videos that will go step by step on how to list on eBay. And and you just kind of it's learning trial by fire, you know. I know that shipping is something that really worries a lot of people. I do everything calculated. It's calculated shipping. It's based on the distance. It's based on the size of the box now, not just the weight. So it's the dimensions of the box and the weight of the box. Go on USPS.com. You can order boxes for free. You can set up an account. They'll send you priority boxes free. They already have the measurements on them. I used to pre-box. I would list something and then I would box it up, write what it was on the box, and I'd put it out in the garage. But that was when I was working full time too. Play around with shipping. Are you going to lose money on shipping when you're learning? Yes, you will. Will you learn from that? Yes, you will. You have to have packing materials. You have to have paper. You have to have bubble wrap. You have to have something. If you're shipping something that's breakable, do not let that item touch the side of your box. You have to have a barrier all the way over it or it will break.
Yep.
And
what that else? Is not the post office's fault, my friend.
Oh no, that is not.
Yep.
That is not. You have to package your things like you have to think they're going to kick this box off of this truck onto the porch 5 times.
I will.
If this box is kicked 5 times, will it withstand being kicked 5 times?
Right. I mean, there are machines at the post office that literally your box comes off of a conveyor belt and drops down into a big hamper. I mean, it's going to get jostled around. So yeah, pack the hell out of those things, truly.
Yeah. Don't just wrap them in one layer of bubble wrap either. You have to put stuff around. Use newspaper. Use Walmart sacks.
Right.
5,000 Walmart sacks. Use those as a pillow. So
Yeah.
shipping supplies, you have to have shipping supplies.
Have
So
to.
just get started on that way. I would not start a YouTube channel on reselling if you're just started reselling, not unless you want to do it as this is my reselling journey. I'm going to
Right.
list, I mean,
Yeah.
you can do it that way.
There's
Don't
totally
start
value.
doing live.
You know,
Don't start doing live sales if you've not been a reseller for very long. Start somewhere first, and then
yeah.
baby steps.
Right. Get a feel
As far
for
as
what's
YouTube
selling.
channel goes, as far as the YouTube channel goes, you have to have thick skin. You have to list consistently. Remember those 3 T's. Network. Go to live sales. You don't have to buy anything from a live sale, but go to live hangouts. Make your presence known. Let people
Right.
know who you are.
Make
Not
relationships.
by
Don't
not
just
by
try to get
not
people
by
back.
coming to a live sale and advertising yourself, but going to a live chat and being a part of the community.
Right. Talk. Get to know people. Don't do it in a fake way. Get to know people. They'll know if you're genuine or not. Also, Misty, this just came to me. When you first started doing your sales, you would you do your sale and then you would show like 5 things that you were going to put up for
On eBay.
auction or whatever on eBay.
I need to do that again.
I need to do that too. That would be an excellent way for people who want to start reselling on YouTube. That would be an excellent way to start out. Do like a haul and say,
Absolutely.
do a live haul and then say, in the next couple hours, these things are going to be listed on eBay and this is where you can get them. That is a good way to get your feet wet in the reselling community. That way you can change.
I think that's a great idea. No, I think that's a wonderful idea. And I think also, too, a good starting point is to start off on Instagram. Go live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or Facebook Live. Either one.
Right.
Because I know when I go live on Instagram, I don't feel like I'm under as much pressure. I don't know why.
You've said that.
I don't know why. But I just don't feel like I'm maybe. But I don't know why. I just feel like I'm like, this is just different. I don't know why that is, but it's a good starting point just to have a chat and build that following and
I think I think before you start selling on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere is you got to get to know people. You got to know who your audience is. You don't know what to sell until you know who your audience is.
Yeah, you got to make relationships. Otherwise, you just, you're spinning your wheels.
Right. Okay. Last thing. Favorite cereal?
Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh, girl after my own heart.
Yes.
Favorite thing you make Mark for dinner? What's his favorite thing?
Calzone.
Oh, calzone.
Super easy. Do you ever make calzones? They're the easiest thing in the world to make.
I need something new to make. Thank you. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a half brother.
I didn't know that.
And he's a mailman.
Is he?
Who's your
favorite
favorite
mail carrier?
Oh, sorry. Who's your favorite child?
Besides me.
Maybell.
Maybell.
Excellent answer. Beautiful.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
We gotta go. We got a snowstorm coming. It's coming your way, girl.
I know. And Indiana's going. Southern Indiana, the whole town will be closed. And I got to go ship tomorrow.
Fingers crossed that school is canceled tomorrow because Oliver will be home and he's really good with the girls right now. So
he's precious. Oh my gosh, he's so precious. I'm telling you what, all 3 of Sam's kids, even that little Lucy, who's just a little baby, they are their speech is so eloquent. Like they are they speak so clearly, and
it's because
I'm telling
never
you,
shut up.
No, I mean they just talk like they are little. Like Oliver seems like he's a little man.
Yeah. Well, because
he's a little man.
They're talked to more. They're just spoken to more as adults than children. there isn't a lot of baby talk.
I've
with
never
these
really
kids.
baby talked my kids. Lucy probably gets the most baby talk.
Well, she's a baby.
Not really.
She's the baby. She's grandma's baby.
That's
My
about
my
as big
baby.
as it gets.
My baby.
Oh my God, that kid is so, they're all precious. Oh my God.
It's okay,
Look at
Sue.
my cute belly.
Oh my God. She always says, look at my big tummy.
I say that all the time too when I'm looking in the mirror.
Me too. And her thighs
Big
are
tummy.
Lou's thighs are about this big.
Frances Ann is just absolutely a wisp of a thing.
Tall and willowy. And then
And
there's Lou.
Lou is big booty Judy, and they wear the same size
Well,
clothes.
Well, that's how Emma was. Emma was 10 pounds when she was born. So I had all these cute little newborn clothes. She came home from the hospital in a size 1 diaper.
Yep, that's how Lucy was too. She was 9 too.
Oh, the fat.
And then Jaden was 7'11", and he was the ugliest, skinniest looking thing. Ugh, he was a little skinny rat looking
And
baby.
I thought she was an alien.
We're like, oh, she's not very pretty. Ugh.
Jaden was like he's like a skinny little bird or something, and Emma was just
Like, Jesus, have a hamburger, would you? Jeez. All right, we got Misty. I can't thank you enough for doing this.
Thanks for coming.
This was fun.
Make sure you
Hey, and
subscribe.
we're going to be live on my channel, all of us, for a live sale on Monday.
Yep, live sale on Monday at
1
Misty's.
p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central time, 11 a.m., 11 a.m. Mountain time, and 10
Oh, good Lord.
a.m.
There's mountain time, too?
Mountain time. Yep.
This is so Sam.
I can only keep track of my time. You all have to figure that out on your own.
Our sale will be a regular sale on Sunday, and then we'll hop over on Misty's and have some fun over there on Monday. All right, we got to go. Be careful in the snow. We love you like crazy.
Thank you, Misty.
Love ya.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.